Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns made a monumental return to Raw this week. He destroyed Seth Rollins to seek retribution for what the latter did at the Royal Rumble. However, the OTC did not spare CM Punk either, as he unleashed a brutal attack on him. This could be more than just a statement. It could be a prelude to a major twist that is seemingly on the horizon. The tribal chief might cut ties with his OG bloodline member Paul Heyman after the brutal attack on CM Punk. What really got people talking was the wholesome moment between Punk and Heyman. While Reigns was attacking Rollins, the Wiseman was seen consoling the best in the world. That was something that the OTC may not have liked. Roman Reigns might be questioning where Paul Heyman's loyalty lies. During his next appearance, he might call out the 59-year-old for comforting CM Punk. The former undisputed champion could very well remind Heyman that the latter is his Wiseman and has no business showing sympathy to someone else. Reigns might even force Paul to choose between him and Punk. The OTC might give the veteran some time to figure out who he wants to side with. Besides, there are already reports suggesting a triple threat match between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. Well, if that happens, it could make things even worse. The tension between Reigns and Punk would hit another level with Heyman in the mix. Moreover, with the storied history between CM Punk and Paul Heyman, such an angle could be an interesting twist on the road to WrestleMania. If Roman Reigns forces Paul Heyman to choose between him and CM Punk, it could create a dilemma for the Wiseman. He has a history with both superstars, so choosing one over the other will not be easy. Stuck between loyalty and friendship, Heyman might just shock everyone with his decision. In a surprising twist, the WWE Hall of Famer might just walk away instead of siding with either of the superstars. That way, he would avoid any bad blood with either of them and keep his hands clean. Plus, it would totally catch fans off guard, especially since everyone is expecting him to betray one of them. The 59-year-old could decide to take a little break from WWE before making his return in a new story. There have been several speculations that Heyman might take Braun Breaker under his wing. If that is the case, he needs to be kept separate from Roman Reigns and CM Punk. While it is an intriguing prospect, it is just speculation at the moment. It will be interesting to see what Triple H has in mind for this story. The world of WWE is no stranger to shocking twists, surprising betrayals, and epic storylines. But one potential angle that could send shockwaves through the entire industry is Roman Reigns cutting ties with an OG bloodline member following an unexpected incident. The bloodline storyline has been one of the most captivating, long-running, and multi-layered narratives in WWE history. However, every family, even one as dominant and unified as the bloodline, has its breaking point. Could we see the tribal chief turn his back on one of the original members of the faction, setting the stage for a shocking betrayal that would alter the entire trajectory of the faction and the company itself? Here's a creative exploration of such an angle and how it could unfold. Roman Reigns, the undisputed head of the table, has expertly steered the bloodline to new heights, with the faction dominating the WWE for years. The faction has undergone several iterations, but at its core, it remains a family. Reigns' dominance over his cousins, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and more recently Solo Sikoa, has solidified him as one of the most compelling characters in professional wrestling. But just as families face internal struggles in real life, the bloodline could be heading toward an internal rift that has been simmering beneath the surface. Imagine this. Everything is going well in the bloodline. Reigns is at the peak of his power, carrying multiple championships, with the Usos and Solo by his side, acting as his enforcers and loyal soldiers. However, something happens. something shocking and unexpected that shakes the foundation of the family. This event could be the catalyst for a betrayal that no one saw coming. The event in question takes place during a high-stakes match at a major pay-per-view, perhaps at WrestleMania or SummerSlam. The Bloodline is involved in a tag team match, defending Reigns' titles or maintaining the faction's dominance over the WWE roster. However, something happens that sets the stage for a dramatic fallout. During the match, an OG member of the Bloodline, say Jimmy Uso, accidentally costs Roman Reigns the victory. This could occur in a moment of miscommunication, where Jimmy gets distracted, botches an important move, or makes an error that allows the opposition to capitalize and pin Reigns. The mistake isn't malicious at first glance, but the fallout is immediate and severe. Reigns, being the tribal chief, values respect and dominance above all, and in this moment, he sees Jimmy's mistake as a sign of weakness, something that cannot be tolerated under his rule. Reigns could immediately flip the switch, switching from a calm, calculated leader to a man full of fury. He storms out of the ring, leaving the arena, while Jimmy is left bewildered and apologetic, trying to salvage the situation. The audience is left in suspense, wondering what will happen next. This moment sets the stage for the eventual shocking betrayal, as Roman Reigns demands absolute loyalty and perfection from his family. His empire is built on dominance, and any hint of weakness is perceived as an affront to his authority. The next week on SmackDown, Reigns opens the show alone. The Bloodline theme plays, but it's a tense atmosphere. Roman cuts a promo about how his family is everything to him, but their failure to protect his legacy is something he cannot and will not tolerate. He talks about how the Usos, and especially Jimmy, have become a distraction. While Reigns demands the absolute best from everyone around him, Jimmy's mistake is seen as a sign that the Bloodline is no longer united in its purpose. Reigns demands an explanation from Jimmy, but what follows is a humiliating public chastising. Jimmy, visibly broken, tries to explain himself, apologizing for the mistake, but Reigns, in front of the live audience, refuses to accept it. He tells Jimmy that he's no longer the brother he once knew, and can no longer be part of the Bloodline. Reigns makes it clear that anyone who can't live up to the standards of the tribal chief is dispensable. He then delivers a cold, calculated line: "You're no longer family. You're nothing more than an afterthought." The crowd is stunned into silence. This marks the moment Roman Reigns cuts ties with one of the founding members of the Bloodline. Jimmy Uso, once a loyal ally and cousin, is now an enemy. This creates an intriguing dynamic, as the audience wonders how this split will affect the rest of the faction. Will Jey Uso side with his brother, or will he remain loyal to the tribal chief? What about Solo Sikoa, who has been portrayed as the enforcer? How will he respond to this breach of loyalty? With Roman Reigns cutting ties with Jimmy Uso, the fallout from this betrayal would create an emotional and narrative ripple effect within the family. Jey Uso, who has had his own troubled history with Roman, now finds himself in the middle of a power struggle. Will he stand by his brother Jimmy, or will he remain loyal to Roman Reigns, his tribal chief and family leader? Solo Sikoa, who has become a key member of the faction, is also in a difficult position. As the enforcer, he has always followed Reigns' lead without question, but this act of betrayal might push him to make a critical decision. Does Solo stand by Roman's side, further cementing his role in the Bloodline? Or does he begin to question the cost of loyalty to the tribal chief? These questions set the stage for a deep, compelling angle in WWE storytelling, one where the family is torn apart and loyalties are tested. Reigns' hard stance on family and loyalty would be in stark contrast with Jimmy and Jey's belief in family first. This could lead to a civil war within the faction, with the Bloodline splintering and forming new rivalries, setting the stage for monumental, emotionally charged matches that could carry through multiple events. While this could be a great storyline for Roman Reigns, it also opens up the door for potential redemption arcs. Jimmy Uso, having been betrayed by the very family he fought for, could embark on a journey to reclaim his legacy and show Roman that he is still a force to be reckoned with. This journey could involve teaming up with other WWE superstars to take on Reigns and the remaining members of the Bloodline. It also opens the possibility of Jimmy and Jay eventually reuniting to take down the tribal chief in a moment of ultimate family reunion against all odds. The betrayal angle would not only elevate the personal stakes within the Bloodline, but it would also serve to further cement Roman Reigns' status as the ultimate heel of WWE. His character would evolve into something darker, colder, and more unpredictable as he continues to push away anyone who does not meet his impossibly high standards. Roman Reigns' decision to cut ties with an OG Bloodline member following a shocking incident could open the door for a new era in WWE. The emotional and personal stakes would be higher than ever before as the audience watches the unraveling of one of the most dominant factions in WWE history. This storyline would not only deepen the characters of Reigns, Jimmy, G, and Solo, but would also provide WWE with the perfect vehicle to introduce new rivalries, dramatic twists, and redemption arcs. The Bloodline, once united, would now be fractured, but that fracture could lead to some of the most compelling and unpredictable wrestling television in years.